All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to day one of Tech Up Globally. Now, if you're just joining in, welcome, welcome. Um, Kindly comment your name and the states that you're joining in from. Your name and the states that you're joining in from. So let me see the comment section. I'm super excited about this particular project because from now to the next 8 weeks, we're going to be having weekly webinars, one high income tech skill. Today, we're starting with web development. You've heard a lot of tech bros talk about web development, the money they've been making, where it's now time for you to get your own share of that money. So, before we get started, okay, I'm seeing a lot of people. Welcome, Sida. Welcome, Tolani. Welcome, Adelei. Welcome, welcome. Let me see. Drop the comments, your name, and then where you are joining in from. So, okay, welcome, Blessing Okon from Plateau State. Awesome. Welcome, Blessing. We're gonna do this for 2 minutes, and then we'll jump straight to the business of the night. So, while I'm waiting for more people to join in the conversation, please do yourself well by getting a notepad because I can guarantee you that this class is going to be the start of something that will literally skyrocket your finances completely for life. If you've been doing 4 figures, 5 figures, this is time for you to start thinking 6, 7 figures. I'm launching you into the realm of tech money. Yeah, there's no news about it. Tech is the new oil money. Yeah, welcome Jonah Meshach from Abuja. Welcome Sida from Lagos. Oh, okay, mostly Nigerians here. Let me see other countries. Who else is here? Um, who else is here? Like I said, do well to get yourself a notepad. Today, day one, we're talking about web development. So my guest is someone that has literally worked with top brands here in Nigeria and also international clients. And then he's going to share how he started his own journey into tech, how he found web development, how he got started with tech, how hard it was for him to transition from what he was doing to tech, how hard has it been to combine being a student and still making money, excuse me, in the tech space, and then how you can also get started. He's also going to give you free resources that you can also use. So this is one class you shouldn't joke with. While we wait, do well to keep aside every distraction and then focus premiumly on this class because like I said, this is going to be the start of something that will literally skyrocket your finances into the realm of 6, 7 figures. If other people are doing it, it means it is possible and you also can do it. So welcome. If you are just joining, like I said, comment your full name and then the state or the country that you are joining in from. Let's do that real quick, real quick. Let's do that. And also grab a notepad. This is not one class you come and sit down and look at my fine face. Grab a notepad, grab a pen. If you have a laptop, awesome. If you don't, your smartphone is fine. And then we get straight to business. All right. So yeah, it's time to get straight to business. So welcome everyone that have joined so far. Thank you for those that have shared. Jonah Meshach, welcome. Henry from Nigeria, welcome. Yeah, so this is where you get your notepad right out. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever part of the world you are listening to this from. So welcome to day one of Tech Up globally. So the goal of this, like I stated earlier, 8 weeks. Each weekend, I'm going to be hosting one expert in a high income tech skill. The goal is for everyone to also get their feet into the door and also make this tech money that everybody has been screaming. The fact that you don't have 50, 100, 200, 500K to learn a tech skill, it shouldn't be a problem why you should not be making money in 2023. So I've simplified the process for you, and then the goal is to help everyone to succeed. And then my friends have also agreed to share their own bit of knowledge. So today I'm hosting someone very, very dear to me. This is Augustine Eze, popularly called the teen programmer. This is somebody I love and I respect. His result alone is actually scary for someone his age. So this is somebody I love and respect. If you are just joining in, just comment um, your name and then your state or country where you are actually chatting from or joining this live from. Welcome, Promise from Port Harcourt. Jonah is welcome. So real quick, let me hand over the mic to to the god of web development. So welcome, Mr. Augustine. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you also
All
hear
right,
me?
awesome. So Mr. Augustine is let me read his bio first. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can do. I can hear you. Is it me or
Augustine, can you hear me? If you can hear me, please comment. I can hear you. Let me see the comment section. Wow. Guys, if you can hear me, please comment. I can hear you.
yeah, I can also hear you too.
Oh, awesome, man. This is Nigeria. This is part of the whole tech network glitch and all. All right, so real quick, let me just read out his bio and then we'll go straight to the class proper. So Mr. Augustine is a young and dynamic tech enthusiast with over 4 years of experience in building visually stunning and functional robot website, mobile apps, and everything in between. From front-end web development to back-end web development, this coding prodigy has left no stone unturned in exploring every aspect of tech. With an arsenal of programming languages at his fingertips, he has worked with companies, helping them boost their online visibilities and value. It's not only on his computer typing away at code, you can find him exploring other ways to emerge in technology and creativity. In summary, this guy is a tech wizard, and I'm honored to have him here. So over to you, Mr. Augustine. Tell us about web development. A lot of us are hearing for the first time. So over to you, sir.
Yeah, hi everyone. Please let me know if you could hear me. I would like to know. Okay, I
Yep.
can hear you. Okay. That's great. That's great. So, hello everyone. Like Joseph introduced me, and I myself, as you can see on the screen, I'm Augustine Eze, and most of you are wondering about what this web developments, or you've probably even been hearing about web development for a very, very long time ago. And basically, what I'm going to just tell you today is how this web development has actually revolutionized the way we actually interact with each other. It's a very, very wide and vast topic. And many of you have been wondering, how do I actually break into tech? Well, web development is one of the easiest and the fastest way that you can actually use to actually get your way into the tech industry. So whether you're a business owner or you're just someone looking to start out, it's for everyone. You could actually just start from the process from the beginning and actually work your way up to a point where you'll be able to work on your own without needing the help of everybody. It's just the same way you were able to learn how to work as a kid. Same thing with web development. It has a process. You have to start from somewhere and actually move up the ladder. But why should you listen to me basically? So, like I was introduced, I'm a tech enthusiast. I have been able to, I started coding directly after my secondary school. And from there, I've been able to move to different levels over 4 years now. And I've been privileged to work with other people and also several businesses, helping them to be able to move into the tech space, because I believe I'm not just called a web developer because I'm in the tech industry. I am there to actually deliver value. And I'm going to also be teaching you in this program how you could also get into the tech industry and grow there. So why web development? Why web development of all the several branches in tech? Why web development? Well, there are several reasons. And one of those reasons is the high demand for web developers. The web has been around for many years now. I think it has been around for more than 10 years or so. But every single year, the demand for web developers keep on increasing, because there are more things that are coming to tech. In fact, the space is just opening wide and wide, and it keeps on going as big as it can. Every time there are new talents, and there are also new opportunities for talents. Just a few years ago, we started hearing about the Web3 space, and you can see what it has turned into. It has blown up massively. The introduction to crypto and everything, you can see that cryptocurrency or even the blockchain technology is no longer used in just one place. And web developers are still needed because all these technologies live on the web. In fact, they cannot even stay without them being live on the web. That's how you're able to access your crypto tokens and the rest. Who does that? Web developers. So what's another reason why you might also want to learn this web development skill, or you might want to use it? It's a versatile skill set. So these web development skills are versatile, and you can use it in different industries, be it financials, be it what's it called, banking industry. You could also use it in different other industry, media, education, and many more. There are several industries you can actually use this. Another thing, or another reason why you might need to use this, some of you are probably not interested in the job aspect or even just tech one. You want to get started on something, you want to build something, you've had that idea in your mind. How do I go about this? Or if I can introduce this solution to the world, but you have no idea how to start. Well, web development is something you can start, because you could literally learn this skill, build your own website or application, and actually use it. We've seen the rise of several businesses such as Piggyvest, and many more. These startups were ideas just like you had for a long time. But due to the fact they were able to leverage on tech and also the web development industry, they were able to build from there and create solid businesses which are reaching seven figures and even more, not just in naira, in dollars, definitely. And then continuous learning. This is another reason why you should learn this web development of a thing, because the industry keeps on expanding. It's growing wider each and every day. and you can take advantage of it. For example, like I said, Web3 just started basically, it started getting popular some years back, and now it's become a massive industry. We've been hearing of blockchain developers, you've been hearing of different things concerning blockchain, and that's just many more of the things that can happen. And then the last reason I have today of why you should learn development, which is one of my most favorite reasons, is the ability for you to work from anywhere. You have the opportunity to work remotely, though some people say, okay, work from home is not really necessary. But most of the times you have the opportunity to work remotely, which means that you can literally be traveling from places to places and you still be having the opportunity to still get to work and actually build things at your own leisure and at your own pace. You don't actually have to go to sit in an office 9 to 5. You can just stay in your own home or go out to somewhere and you can still work and you can deliver your projects or whatever thing you're trying to do. So now on to the main topic for today. But before I go, can you guys hear me? I would like to know.
Yeah, loud and clear, man. Loud and clear.
Okay. Thank you very much. So off to the main topic for today. How to break into web development. So, like I said before, it's an evolving, massive field that keeps on growing each and every year, and endless opportunities for growth and learning is always there. So, whether you're just starting out in your career, whether you are just looking to switch from maybe any other thing you've learned in the past into the tech industry, how can you actually break into this? Here are some steps you can use. First things first, prepare your mind. You would need to prepare your mind in advance. Yeah, the tech money is there, but you should know that every good thing deserves some level of effort and hard work. It has endless opportunities. It has different things that are associated with it. But if you don't prepare your mind, you won't be able to overcome the initial obstacles that come with this. I've seen people who started learning programming with me or even the tech in general with me, but over the years or over some months, due to the little complications that might happen in the beginning or in the early stage of it, they just drop out. So you need to prepare your mind that okay, this is not a one day thing, it's a long term thing, and so I need to actually devote myself to the process of getting into it. And then what's the next step after making up your mind and after you've been able to go with the right mindset? You need to move into learning the basics. So the first step to being a web developer is to learn the basics. Now, the basics include things such as HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Some of you are just hearing this for the first time, but these are basically building blocks of the web, and understanding them is crucial to building websites and web applications. These are literally the basics you need to start. This was also what I used to start. HTML was literally the first thing I learned. And it was from there I literally started adding up my skills, learning more things to be able to build more fun and interactive websites for people to be able to use and web applications. There are still many more. Now, there are some branches of web development, and basically, there are two branches in web development. The first one is front end web development. And the second is back end web development. Some of you must have heard somebody say, oh, front end, back end, and you'll be like, okay, yeah. So what's front end and back end? So front end and back end development are just two essential parts of your web development. Any website you see is most of the time, like 70% of the websites you see out there consist of this, though they can function on different environments, but they basically make use of this. So the front end is what the user sees and interacts with on the website, while the back end is what happens behind the scenes. Now, let me explain. The front end is responsible for things such as user interface, um, the user experience of the website. For example, you are on YouTube right now, or probably Facebook or somewhere else. You were able to navigate, go to www.youtube.com, move over to this, or even probably click on a link and it open this. And for some of you, you're probably watching this on the full screen. And for some of you, you're watching it. But as you're looking at it, you are actually enjoying the look and feel of this. That's what actually helps you to stay longer. Now, this is because of that is the front end, what you interact with. If you are not interacting with it properly, or probably it was misbehaving or something is distracting you on there, you would basically get annoyed and basically leave the website. But due to the fact that someone settled down to actually make this front end and design the layout and everything to be appealing to whoever is looking at it, you were able to settle down and actually enjoy this live stream with me. Now, what is some technologies that are used in front-end web development? We have three of them that are the basics that are used in front-end development: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These are the three things that are very important to creating the visual look and feel of how any website makes use of. And this is actually what you make use of every time. Any single time that you go on the website, you click on a button, you basically interact with the website in general. You are basically making interacting with the front end. Now, the back end, on the other hand, is responsible for anything that happens behind the scenes, or what I will call server side. Because the way a website works is that there's a computer somewhere around the whole world that basically contains the information of the website. And whenever you now click on your web on your phone, www.facebook.com, what happens is that your phone connects to that particular computer and then retrieves the information that it needs to get. Now, how those things work, how you are able to log in to put in your password, and the thing actually knows that okay, this person's password is equal to maybe a random password, and maybe when you log into your Facebook, is able to give you a feed of your friends and everything every single time that you logged in. That's actually the backend in action. This is being stored in a computer somewhere around the world, and you are able to access it and you're able to make use of it from wherever you are. And it literally just gives you information that you need on the front end. Back end and front end work hand in hand. The information is retrieved from the back end, and then it is displayed to you in a pleasing manner using the front end, which is your browser, which is what you're seeing. So the backend basically includes logic, algorithms, database management, and all those things all together to be able to make it to be able to make use of the website, a dynamic website with different types of information, but can be displayed to you, and you'll be able to enjoy making use of it. And most of the time, some languages that are used in this includes PHP, Python, Java, Ruby, and several of them. Now you might say, wow, how do somebody actually settle down to learn all of this? Well, the most important thing, especially if you're starting with front end, is to start with one thing, master it to some level, and then move to the next. Oh, there's Python, there's Java, there's this, there are several languages, but then you don't have to learn all. You don't have to learn all. Just pick one, be a master at it, and then make use of it to the best extent you can. They are all tools. You just need to pick one and learn how to use that tool very well. Now, you might not still understand what I mean by front end or back end. Now, let me illustrate this for you in a better way. So, when you go to a restaurant, a very magnificent restaurant, with well organized tables, great lights, and even well dressed waiters, and a very outstanding menu card. You get there and then you sit and then you receive a warm reception from the waiters, and you probably even order a meal, which is then brought to you by the waiter, and you enjoy a great meal. Well, that's the front end there, because you're able to interact with it, you're able to touch the things on it, you're able to actually sit and enjoy a good time. You saw the well dressed waiters and the great lights and everything. Those things made you feel comfortable coming to the restaurant. Now, what about the back end? The back end is basically like the kitchen. That is actually where most things are processed. Any meal you eat is actually processed in the kitchen. The backend can even be said to be every other part of the restaurant that is not where customers interact with, because a great restaurant will have managers, will have different things, different staffs that are running the entire hotel, or sorry, the entire restaurant. And then in the kitchen, basically, the ingredients are cut, the food is processed, it is also taken to the pot where it is processed and then cooked and even garnished, and then taken to the plate, and it is then served to the customer. So what the customer sees is just the nice way the hotel is, or the restaurant, pardon me, and then what the back end is actually how the information is processed, basically. So overall, front end, back end are essential. They are essential components of web development, and a website cannot function without both. And front-end developers focus on user experience and visual aspects of the website, things that people see, while backend developers focus on things that happen behind the scenes, how your information is processed, how they take your data from one place to another. So this is basically the basics of web development. Just to make sure that everybody is following, can you type something in the chat? Type what you've learned so far. Okay, God's time said backend and front end works hand in hand. The front end gets information from the backend. Great, great, great. You're very, very correct. That's basically how it works. What else? I want to see what you've learned so far. Okay, type in the comments. Type in the comments. Joseph, are you there? Am I being heard? Can you hear me? I want to know. Okay, backend and front end work together hand in hand to make a website. Okay, okay, that's fine. So it seems I'm being heard. Great. So now, after learning the basics, what's the next step to take? What can you actually do to help you basically skyrocket your journey? Some people, when they start well, but over a long period of time, they get to just build themselves to a very limited extent without really going far. What can you do to actually make sure that you can get your first tech job within the first 6 months of you learning and actually gain that experience you need very fast? That will be the next thing we're talking about now. What's the next step? It is build your portfolio. You've probably, if you are a freelancer, or you've probably heard someone say, okay, I know how to do this. And then the next question you hear is, let me see what you've done. Everybody asks that question because they want to know how skilled you are, because your work speaks for itself. Whatever you've done before actually speaks for you and anyone you're working with. So after learning the basics, in fact, while you are even learning the basics, you need to start building, because most people know things, but due to the fact they've not actually taken time to build it, nobody's going to believe you. You can say everything that you need to convince, but the easiest thing to do is to simply show your work. You show your work, show every single thing that you've done. You show your message, showcase your knowledge, and it doesn't have to be complex. You can literally start from simple websites and move to something intermediate, not that complex, not that simple, and then also move to any aspect you want. As long as you can show what you can do, not just tell, because what you show actually speaks more for you. Most people will be convinced. And in fact, that's what most tech recruiters look for. And companies that are going to be hiring you won't be out there asking you, okay, tell us, what do you know? They won't ask you. They want you to show them what you can do and how you can actually be of value to their company. What can you add to them? What have you added to a company before? Like I said, I have been able to make brands more visible online. That's something I add with my skills, whether be it front end or back end. Personally, I'm a full stack developer. When I say full stack, it means I do both front end and back end. When I'm working on front end, my main goal is to actually make the visual representation of that website the best it can be. Let customers, or let people who come to visit the website be able to interact with it properly and be able to make use of it. So, like I said, build your portfolio. You want to start building something. Builders are the ones who actually make the most in this tech industry. The more you can build, the best you can build that can impact other people positively in this industry. In fact, it's going to be easier for you to go further, build, and then you can now go to the next step. What's the next step? To network. Most developers have this issue, and that's why it takes most of them a long time before they can actually get to that point where they could actually live the life that you see out there as being the tech lifestyle. Whether you can build, even if you cannot build, you need to start growing your network. In fact, it's a basic fundamental for life. Network, your network is your net worth. You've heard that statement several times. It's also in tech. Networking is the key in any industry, and the web development industry is no exception. What you can do to network basically is you can attend industry events, you can attend meetup and conferences where other developers also come and learn from you about the latest trends and technologies you can see. And what's even more, tech has the greatest advantage online because the tech community is one of the biggest communities out there. Like literally, let's take for example Twitter. The tech Twitter community and the tech Twitter spaces that are happening right now are massive. A lot goes into it. You see a lot of people coming up talking about tech, and tech guys actually coming together to meet. You see some Twitter spaces will be getting more than 2,000 people coming in. How does this work? Because everybody wants to network. They want to know you, and you also want to meet them because you can't learn everything on your own. You don't know everything. But meeting somebody and this person knowing, oh, this is what he does. He's a mobile app developer. He can do this. No one knows where an opportunity can come from. You also get to meet tech recruiters who are looking for active tech people to be able to join them in and to be able to hire them and be able to provide good sustaining jobs that can be able to help them as they are growing and to also grow their skills. There are also several things such as GitHub, Stack Overflow, and many more. These are much more familiar to tech people. But as you keep on growing, you get to learn more. The more you network with people, the more opportunities you have. Your network is your net worth. Your network is your net worth. What's next? What can you do to actually keep on growing in this industry? The next step is it's in fact it's a general life advice. I shouldn't have added this, but you needed it. You need to keep learning. Keep learning. Because the tech space is a constantly evolving field with new technologies and frameworks, a lot of things actually goes into that. Sorry, give me a minute. Let me change position. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I just had to do something real quick so it won't be distracting here. Oh, great. I can see the comments now, and yes. So, yeah, like I said, you need to keep learning. A lot of new technologies are popping out there. In fact, in the tech communities, there are several that keeps on coming. There are mind-blowing technologies that keeps on coming, and the need for you to update your skill is necessary. In fact, if you are literally 6, 7 years back, just knowing HTML, CSS, and JavaScript will land you a very, very mad tech job. But right now, just knowing those three is not enough. The talents there are outbeating the number of jobs that are out there. You need to upskill, you need to add more things to your knowledge, you need to actually add skills that will make you more relevant in the industry. So, for you to be able to stay relevant, for you to actually be able to avoid the things such as the layoffs that are coming now, because, like you've been hearing, there are a lot of massive tech layoffs. And funny enough, even with the layoffs, there are still companies that are accepting a lot of developers because despite those people being laid off, they still have that skill to be able to build things. In fact, for a company like Facebook to hire a developer, they have a lot of process to go to be able to get that developer on board. Their interview is crazy. So for someone to actually let go of a talent from Facebook, other companies begin to rush them out in there. Why? Because these people are relevant and they stay competitive in the market. They are actually growing their skills each and every day to be able to do more and to be able to learn more. I actually make time for myself to learn every single week, because one new skill that you can add to your tool belt or to your arsenal right now can be able to be responsible for your next big break in tech, because we're growing constantly. There are some people who are earning $1,000 in tech, and there's people who are earning $1,000 per month in tech, and there's people who are earning $20,000 per month in tech. The difference is simply what they know. What they know is simply different. So you need to keep on improving your skills and also learn more of what you know, so that you could grow. And you could do this by reading tech industry blogs, articles, courses, do different things that will be able to help you take that final step to meeting up. And so that's basically it if you want to break into the tech industry. Another thing you can literally do, like what I also do, is to be an entrepreneur in the tech space. Don't just build any other person's idea. Also build that idea that has come to you. Or if you hear about a marvelous idea, you can literally start. Tech startups are rising everywhere. Tech startups are literally the thing of the day right now. And what's even more people are willing to invest in tech, because a lot, I mean, a lot is being brought out in the tech industry. Once a product can be able to go on the internet and affect the lives of several people, many people are willing to invest. New startups spring up. We've seen Kuda come up. We've seen Piggyverse. Piggyverse was just once a startup before they were able to reach here. And how did they get to this point? And how do other companies also do this? They can acquire funding, and tech companies are the ones who are actually taking most of the pie in the funding in when it comes to funding these days, because you don't really have to code your app from scratch, do everything, acquire customers and the rest, though some people do that. But right now you can be able to build your app to a particular level and seek funding. Once they see that your tech idea is a viable one, they are willing to fund you to promote you. So if you have that idea, that mad idea, that thing that has always been on your mind that you wanted because you see it's a problem in the whole world affecting everyone, learn how to code, learn how to build websites and mobile apps, do them to a certain level, test them in the market, and once the market is responsive and likes the idea, you simply all need to look for funding if you don't want to push it anymore, and you get to grow. Facebook and other companies started like this. They started from simply an idea, moved to the point of executing, seeing that the market loved it so much, and then they were able to get funding from investors who are willing to put in money to see your idea grow. And from there, you could grow from a very little business to a great business by simply learning to code. It all starts from the idea and then the implementation. Coding is where the implementation comes in, because you need to write codes for your app to run. And once you write codes and your app is running, test it against the market. If the market is responsive, like I said, you're good to go. A lot of people will come your way telling you, hey, take my money, build this stuff. We want to see it grow, because you will benefit, they also will benefit. And that's basically it. So entrepreneurs are actually growing every day. Like I said, builders are the ones who earn a lot. You need to be a builder. You don't need to consume too much. You consume 10%, deliver 90%, build 90%, and do more. So that's basically it. Remember, first things first, you have to prepare your mind for it. Most people start it, but they are not able to finish because they do not prepare their mind for it. Number two is what you have to learn the basic. And I mentioned some things about the basic. I said for front end web development, there are things such as HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And for back end web development, we have programming language like PHP, Python, and the rest. But you don't have to learn everything when it comes to programming languages. For front end, you have to learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Those are the basics of all. But for backend, you don't have to learn all the whole programming language. One programming language can serve you in a lot of capabilities. You just need to pick one, get good at it, and then grow yourself in that particular programming language. The second thing, once you've learned the basics, you would not go far if you do not have a portfolio. Keep this in your mind. You need to build. You need to keep on building and show people what you can do, and they will come running your way. You won't be the one always looking for. They will come to say, "Oh, you built this. Wow, this is marvelous. I would like to see what value you can add to my company from this thing that you built." That's how it is, because nobody can take your word for it if you cannot show it. You need to show what you can build. Then the third thing, or the fourth thing, sorry, is to network. Like I said, the tech space is one of the largest communities out there. You would need to network, go out there. If you don't want to go out, we have the online Twitter space. I mean, the online Twitter tech community. It's growing every day. You literally go online, search anything on tech, you see someone write something on it, join Twitter spaces, follow great tech communities, and then lastly, you need to keep on learning. You need to learn, grow yourself, because the difference between someone who is just earning $1,000 in tech and someone who is earning $20,000 per month in tech is literally what they know. So you need to learn and grow your skills. My voice is already breaking. Thank you very much, guys, for listening to this. I really appreciate you taking out your time to listen to me. And sorry, let me get water. Sorry, I can't hear you.
So if you've been enjoying the session so far, drop your comments, drop your comments. Let's see those fire emojis. Let's get this room heated up. If you've been learning a whole lot and then you appreciate what you are getting, let me see those emojis, man. I've learned like web development is a complete space entirely, and then my mind is just wow today. So if you are like me, that you're enjoying this session and then you are getting premium value, emphasis on premium value, let me see those fire emojis. Comment, comment, comment. Let me see the comments. Let's go, guys. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Thank you for your time, man. I appreciate. Um, Kartik is from India, if I'm correct. So, good to have you here, man. Good to have you here. Who else is enjoying the session? Let me see those comments. Keep them coming. Keep them coming, guys. And also, if you have any question, write them down. At the end of this session, we're going to be taking questions, and then I will also be helping him answer, and he also will be throwing more light. Welcome, Zainab. Zainab, where are you chatting from? Where are you joining this meeting from? Kingsley, where are you joining from? All right, Austin, are you back? You back, man?
Yeah, I'm back. I feel
Awesome,
like I've
awesome.
lost my
Let's
voice.
too much value, been giving too much premium content. Go on, man, go on.
Okay. I would like to see. Some people ask some questions, right? Can you hear me? Okay. I saw a question from. Okay, I saw a question from Karthik. He said, "How should how should we net?" Okay, I think he was trying to say how can you network better? First of all, you need
Okay, let
to.
me go back to that question. Yeah, go
Okay.
on, man, go on.
Yeah. First of all, you need to be out there. Don't just be within your comfort zone. And now with social media, you can literally from your home actually communicate to thousands of people by just using your smartphone. So ask yourself, how does my Instagram look? How does my Twitter profile look? How does my Facebook profile look? Does it say anything about me? Do I actually put myself out there? Do I attend Twitter spaces that come up? Because spaces now are a great way to communicate with people and to try share your value on what you know. And trust me, what you know is what somebody has been is the solution to what someone has been thinking about for a long time. So keeping it to yourself is actually selfish. You need to actually open to people, show what you know, tell them how you can help them from your experiences and more. So whether you are new in tech, there's literally someone I saw who has just been in tech for like 2 months, and due to the fact that she not 2 months, sorry, 2 years, and due to the fact that she leveraged on social media massively. In fact, she's not a very, very great expert, but trust me, she has the largest capacity that most people in tech don't have. She has grown her audience so massive that even tech gurus, big tech guys follow her. And trust me, they are now her network. When she needs anything, when she needs a job, they will come running to her because they've seen what she can do. She's providing, she's providing, did I just lose my voice? She's providing value out there. Can you hear me? Hello? Joseph, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Okay, okay, okay. My voice is just
You
skedaddling.
went off for a
Okay,
moment.
yeah. So, like I was saying, you need to put yourself out there basically, and one way you can do it is through communities. Communities are the easiest way to go right now because when you are in a community, there's a mix of people who are in the same level with you, people who are lower than you, and people who are actually more experienced than you are. So, for you to
Yeah.
be able to learn more, you need to associate with these three sets of people. Now, when you associate with people who are lower than you get to teach them, you get to tutor them. And one thing about tutoring people is that you even get to understand the topic very well. I remember 2 or 3 years ago when I taught a group of young children Python development. That period was a point in which I became a beast at Python because basically preparing myself to tutor them gave me such insights I had never seen before. And I basically killed it in Python during those periods. And that was because I was able to tell people. So, and then staying with people who are in the same level with you is actually very, very good because you get to see how they are also growing, and you get to also be able to work with people on the same level with you and also grow together with them. Then working with people above you get to learn new things and get to learn from their experience, things that you probably have never imagined or things you have issues with. They'll be able to resolve it for you quickly because they already know more than you do. So basically start by putting yourself out there and continue pushing out content. Write about your experience and many more. Okay, so next question, please. Okay, someone asked, what is a portfolio? What is a portfolio? So a portfolio is basically like it could be a document, it could be something, but it's where you get to showcase what you've done. So if you're a tech person or you are a web developer, your portfolio will contain websites you've done before. Maybe you've built a demo website for a business. It could also be your personal website. It could be something else. But your portfolio should just display what you can do, what aspect of web development are you good at, and something that you've basically done before. How many businesses have you helped? Have you worked with a team? All that should be reflected. All that will be reflected in your portfolio. So a portfolio is just something that shows your work experience and what you've done before. So how can someone start the web development in tech? Yes, first of all, connect to Joseph. Me and Joseph are working together to bring a great opportunity by your way for anyone who is interested in learning web development. When he comes back, we're going to discuss it more. Okay, it seems he's almost back. We're going to discuss it more. How do you find good and engaging community? Most of the community is not engaging at all. Do you know any app that can help us find good community in my area? That's by Karthik. Okay, so it reminds me of a project I'm currently working on with some group of people. Now, this project is actually is actually made to actually grow communities. And I think as time goes on, for now, Twitter is one of the best places to grow a community. But as time goes on, like I'm an entrepreneur myself, so I think of problems, and community building is also a problem that is out there. So as time goes on, I'm going to be keeping everybody updated on the progress of this community building app for people to be able to do more. But for now, the best I've seen out there is Twitter. So you need to put yourself out there in Twitter. If you want to go far in tech, always stay in Twitter. So um, I think Jonah Mesh, I have answered that question. So Joseph, you there? Okay, so while Joseph is away, any questions? You have my time now. Ask me anything, basically. Hi Joseph, you back?
My network has been just shit tonight.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. It's the country.
Yeah, you have any questions for me, man?
Okay, I've answered the questions basically. So I think that's all for now. Gosh, this space has robbed me of my voice. Okay, you're back.
Yeah.
So yeah. So Joseph, someone asked, how can they get started in the web development in tech?
Any more questions?
Are you there? Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
yeah, yeah, I can. Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I said someone asked, how can someone start the web development on tech?
Okay. All right. So, Jonah's awesome question. All right. So, web development is not something you could actually learn in one day. This is actually a process, and then every day you get better. But then, my friend Augustine has a beginner's course which you could get started with, and then his sorry, haven't Augustine told you about it? Okay, so he has a basic intro into web development, a starter course for newbies like you that could help you actually get your foot into web development. And then that course is actually selling for actually serious and then you are ready to grow. So I'm going to be on your behalf pleading with him in a DM to give you a massive discount where you can get access to that course for just $20. I think $20 in Nigerian naira should be like 10,000 naira. So I'm going to be pleading with him in a DM to give you a massive discount. So if you are ready to get started now, this is for Jonas and then any other three persons that are actually ready to get started with web development. And then also, I'll be dropping free resources that you could actually um, get started with and also consume to help you fast track your growth and also access to different communities. I guess that answer your question, Jonas. Yeah, so I'll plead with him to give you access to his $100 offer for just $20 right now. Yeah, so that's that. Any other question, guys? Let's see. Any other question? Any other question? It really, really has been an amazing, amazing space. This is week one, and then week one has been a bomb of premium value. Next week, we're going to be talking about crypto marketing. And then Grace is going to be cutting soap, showing you the exact strategy that she used to nail $900 in one day without trading. So it's really, really going to be massive. Okay. God will say thank you for the training. And then emphasis, the discounts that I'm giving you, Jonas, is only going to be for today. So if there's any other person here that actually has interest in getting started with web development, do drop me a DM right now, and then I will give you access code to the resources, to the course, and everything that you actually need to get started. Like I said, the discount is just for today. So after today, you have to pay $100 because you've already heard from the horse's mouth. You already know how much this guy has done in web development, the big tech companies that he has worked with, and then you will actually be having a handheld process. Someone is going to hold you by the hands and ensure you become successful also. And then I guess we'll call it a wrap here. But then any other questions? Drop your questions, drop your questions. Any other questions? If you've enjoyed this session so far, kindly comment. Thank you for this session with fire emoji. Thank you for this session. Thank you for this session. Let me see the comments, guys. Let me see the comments. Thank you for this session. Thank you for this session. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Welcome back, man.
Yeah, thank you very
All
much.
right. Thank you. Thank you. Any other questions? Any other questions? Okay, Joshua Henry. So thank you. Thank you. Awesome. So, Mr. Space, any closing remark? Any final value? Share the grace
Okay,
with premium value.
so basically, the tech space is a great one. It's a journey. It's a journey, and one thing about that journey, I also wish is that I wish someone was there to take me by the hand, because there was a period I wasted about 1 year completely. I didn't make much progress. Why? Because I actually got to the point where I was trying to be everything and then I became nothing. But had it been I had someone to lead me by the hand and told me, okay, this is the step to take, this is what to avoid, this is not what to avoid, I would have gone way more than I am currently. But those are some of the mistakes one makes when they are growing. In fact, you don't make progress if you don't make a bit of regression at first.
Facts.
So it is important you have someone to guide you through that journey. Yes, you could go online, you could see things. There's Twitter University, there's YouTube University, but one thing that you're not going to learn from any of those things is the experience. Learning from the experience of somebody, you get to face that in real life. So experience actually matters. That was one thing I told one of my students, that she told I gave her an advice and said, hey, don't do this. Focus on this other particular section of things. And later on, she came back to me. I was like, wow, had it been I went to go and do the other thing, so and I was like, oh yeah, that's true. That's because I also faced the same thing. And me now knowing that that wasn't the right step to take, I will tell you, don't take that step. Focus on this without doing that. And it's
Yeah.
very important. A lot of people have gone far by just having mentors in this space. So those are the things that you learn from people's mistakes rather than you making the same mistakes over and over again. So that's it. Always find someone who's
Yeah.
already way ahead of
Speaking
you.
of mistakes, myself, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, speaking of mistake, myself, I was also a victim. So I went on YouTube and then I saw a lot of people making crazy money from e-commerce. Then e-commerce was a thing then. And then I watched two, three YouTube videos and then I invested money. I lost 200,000 naira, 200K. I literally emptied my savings because I was calculating. This guy said if you do this, it will work. I copy paste, I lost 200K. So the bottom line is having a mentor is very, very important because one, it saves you time, it saves you mistake, and then it gives you speed because you'll be able to focus in one direction, and then whatever you focus upon is what expands. So that's the good part about having a mentor, someone to guide you and put you in order. So then, like you said, I am not an expert in web development. That was why I brought him on board. So if this is something that you are actually interested in, and it's something that you should also take. So
I think his network went off a bit. So if you can hear me, there's just one more thing I want to add. Yeah.
can you hear me,
Okay.
man?
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So look at the promise comment. I actually pin it to the screen. She said, "Why don't you just leave the discount till the whole training, and we know which one interests us."
Hmm.
It's not my thing, so I have to talk. Promise I'll have to discuss with all the other facilitators, and then since you are on the community, and then I'll give you a feedback. Yeah, because that's the best thing. Like I said, I'm not the expert in that niche. This is his niche: crypto marketer, UI UX, back end development. All those other guys is their field. So So Miss Promise, is it a Miss or a Mrs? I will drop a feedback for this comment on the WhatsApp community. I guess that's the best thing to do, right? Mr. Augustine.
Yeah, that's the
All right,
best.
cool.
That's
Awesome. So thank you. Is it Miss or Miss Promise? Anyway, Promise, thank you for that. So I guess we'll call it a night. Um,
Can I add one
one
more
more
thing?
people.
Just one more
Yeah,
thing.
sure. Go on, go on.
Okay, yeah. So is this I learned this from one of my mentors back then. He said you can steal his clothes and he will get another one in future. You could steal his phone, his cars, and he'll get another in the future. But one thing you can't that he can never get back is his time. Time is so important that once you've lost 1 hour, that 1 hour is gone forever, forever and never to be gotten again. So you need to be careful with your time. You need to conserve time and be able to make use of it wisely so that you don't keep on going in loops for a long time before you make your breakout. So always be conscious about time. Time is very important for your growth because the longer it will take, you never get that time back. It is gone and gone forever. So make the wise decision. I trust you're smart enough to make it. And yeah, thank you very much, Joseph, for having me here. Thank you very much, everyone who took their time to come onto this stream. I appreciate you all very, very much.
All right, guys. So good morning, good afternoon, good night, and then enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for your time.